My wife said, "My parents don't respect you, and neither should I." I replied, "Fair point." That night, I called a lawyer. 1 week later, her whole family was at my doorstep begging me to take her back. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. I'm writing this because I'm still getting calls from Jessica's family, and I need to be clear about what happened. This isn't a story about a misunderstanding or a marriage that could have been saved. This is a story about a woman who made a choice, and I made mine in response. My name is Michael. I'm 40 years old. I was married to Jessica for 8 years. We're now divorced. And honestly, it's the best decision I never had to make because she made it for me. The background. I met Jessica at work. She was smart, ambitious, attractive. We dated for 2 years before I proposed. I thought we were compatible. I thought we were happy. Her family was a different story. They were wealthy. Her father is a successful real estate developer. Her mother comes from old money. They had expectations. Specifically, they had expectations about who their daughter should marry. I wasn't that person. I could tell from the first dinner with them. The way her father looked at my car, a 2015 Honda Accord. The way her mother asked what I did for work, then nodded politely when I said project management, which really meant that's not impressive enough. Jessica didn't say anything that night, but I could see her noticing their reactions, filing them away. Over the years, I watched her internalize their judgment. It was slow and insidious. She'd mentioned something her father said. "Dad thinks you could be doing better in your career." Or her mother. Mom was saying Derek just got promoted to VP. Derek was her co-worker's husband. Apparently, he was constantly getting promoted. I defend myself. I'm happy where I am. I make good money. The job is stable. Jessica would say, "You could be making more. You could be pushing yourself harder." I am pushing myself, just not in the way your parents think I should. She'd go quiet after that, but you could see her mind working, weighing my answer against whatever she'd heard from her parents. The marriage. The first 5 years were okay. Not perfect, but fine. We had sex regularly. We went on vacations. We had friends. We were a couple. Then something shifted around year 6. Jessica became colder, more distant. Sex became less frequent. Then it basically stopped. I'd initiate and she'd say she was tired or stressed or not in the mood. I suggested therapy. She said, "I don't need therapy. I need a husband who's not settling." That comment stuck with me. Not settling. Like I was the problem. Like being a stable, reliable partner wasn't enough. Like I needed to be something more to justify her staying with me. I tried to talk to her about it. "I feel like you're not happy with me." She'd say, "I'm just pointing out that you could be doing more with your life." More like what? I don't know. Something. Anything. My dad says most men your age are already. I don't care what your dad says. But she did. She cared what her dad said. More than she cared about me. Over the next 2 years, I watched my wife slowly decide I wasn't good enough. It wasn't dramatic. It was just 1,000 small moments of disappointment. A sigh when I came home. A comment about someone else's husband. A lack of physical affection. A general sense that I was failing her. I tried to fix it. I worked harder. I asked for a raise, got one. I started going to the gym. I read books. I did everything I could think of. It didn't matter. Because the problem wasn't actually me. The problem was that her family had convinced her she'd settled. And once that idea was planted, nothing I did would change her mind. The night. It was a Tuesday. We were having dinner. Nothing special. I think it was pasta. Jessica was talking about work. Specifically, she was talking about Derek again. Derek had done something impressive. I wasn't really listening until Jessica said, "My parents don't respect you." And honestly, neither should I. I set down my fork. I looked at her across the table. She was eating, not even looking at me. Just said it like she was commenting on the weather. "What?" I said. "You heard me." "Yeah, I heard you." Is that what you think?" She finally looked at me. "It's what everyone thinks." Everyone. Or your parents. It's the same thing. And that's when it happened. That's when I just accepted it. Not in a defeated way. In a clear way. If my wife didn't respect me, the marriage was over. It was that simple. I set down my napkin. "You're right." "What?" "You're right. Your parents don't respect me. And if you don't respect me either, then this is done." "What are you talking about?" "I'm talking about the fact that you just told me you don't respect me. That's a marriage-ending statement, Jessica. And I'm not going to sit here and beg you to change your mind. I'm not going to try to prove my worth to you. You've already decided I'm not good enough. So we're done. She put down her fork. I didn't say we should break up. But you did. You said I'm not worth respecting. That's the end of a marriage. That's what that is. I was just frustrated. You know how my parents are. I do know. And I've spent 8 years trying to change their mind. Trying to be good enough for them. But I'm not going to do that anymore. And I'm not going to stay married to someone who's decided the same thing they have. Michael, don't. I stood up. I'm going to call a lawyer tomorrow. And I'm going to pack my things tonight. Where are you going? Away from here. That night, I booked a hotel room on my phone while sitting in the car outside our house. The Marriott near downtown. Nothing fancy. I went back inside, and Jessica was still at the table, staring at her food. I'll be back tomorrow to get some things, I said. Don't do this, she said quietly. I didn't respond. I just grabbed my wallet, my keys, and a jacket, and left. I didn't sleep much that night. Just lay in the hotel room thinking about the past 8 years. About all the moments I tried to prove myself. About the realization that it didn't matter how hard I tried. I was never going to be good enough for her parents, and eventually, I wasn't going to be good enough for her either. The lawyer. I called a divorce attorney first thing in the morning. His name was Robert. He was professional, efficient. I explained the situation. 8 years married, no kids. We owned a house. We had savings. We had retirement accounts. What are you looking to get out of this? He asked. I want to divide everything fairly. 50-50. I want this to be clean. He paused. Most men try to. I don't care what most men do. I want her to understand this is over. If I fight her for money, she'll think this is about money. It's not. It's that I won't stay in a marriage where I'm not respected. Okay, he said slowly. I can work with that. Papers were filed within a week. Week 1. I went back to the house on Wednesday to pack. Jessica was at work. I threw clothes, books, my laptop, and personal items into boxes. I didn't take anything I couldn't claim was mine. I didn't try to be difficult about it. I hired a moving company to put my stuff in a storage unit. By Thursday afternoon, I was officially moved out. I got a call from Jessica Friday night. Her voice was panicked. Where are you? When are you coming home? I'm not coming home. You can't just leave. We need to talk about this. We can talk to our lawyers about it. Michael, please. We can fix this. We can go to therapy, or fix what? Jessica? You don't respect me. I'm not going to therapy to convince you to. Either you respect me, or you don't. I was stressed. My parents were being difficult, and you decided I wasn't worth respecting. And you're right. I'm not worth respecting if you have to convince yourself to do it. You should be with someone you naturally respect. Someone your parents would approve of. I'm not that person. That's not fair. It's completely fair. And it's what you said. I hung up. The process. The divorce moved quickly because I didn't fight anything. The house was split 50-50ths. Our retirement accounts were split proportionally. Our debt was divided fairly. Alimony wasn't an issue because we both had good jobs. Jessica's lawyer kept trying to get more out of me. More of the house equity. More from retirement. More from everything. My lawyer would call and say, she's pushing back on the settlement. I'd say, offer her exactly what we said. Fair division. If she wants to fight, we'll let a judge decide, but the outcome will be the same. After 3 weeks of this, she accepted. Moving forward, I found an apartment on the other side of the city. Not too far, but far enough that I wouldn't accidentally run into her at the grocery store every week. It was a nice place. 1 bedroom, hardwood floors, good natural light. It was mine. All mine. I told work I was going through a divorce. They were sympathetic. Gave me some flexibility. Nobody made it weird. I started going to the gym again. I hadn't been in over a year because Jessica was always making comments about how it was vain or a waste of time. Turns out, I liked working out. I was stronger. I felt better. I started seeing my friends again. Guys I'd gradually lost touch with because Jessica said they were immature or bad influences. Turns out, I liked hanging out with them. They made me laugh. They didn't judge me. I didn't post anything on social media. I didn't badmouth Jessica to mutual friends. I didn't air my grievances online. I just moved on. 2 weeks post-move, Jessica called. I think I made a mistake, she said. About what? About what I said. I was frustrated. My parents had been criticizing me about you, and I didn't mean it. But you did say it. And you meant it. You might regret it now, but you meant it. We can fix this. No, we can't. You decided I wasn't worth respecting. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life trying to change your mind. Michael, I hung up. She called back 3 times that night. I didn't answer. The family. 3 weeks after I moved out, I got a call from Jessica's mom. Patricia, Michael, can we talk? I almost said no, but I thought maybe it would be good to close that door properly. So I said yes. We met for coffee on Saturday morning. Patricia showed up with Jessica's father, Robert. Patricia looked panicked. Robert looked angry. Jessica said you're divorcing her. Patricia started. Yes. Because of something she said? Because she doesn't respect me. And you've spent years making sure she knows I'm not good enough for her. So she took your advice. Patricia's eyes widened. We never said, you said it constantly. Maybe not directly to me, but Jessica heard it. Every comment about my career. Every comparison to other people's husbands. Every sigh when I walked in the room at family dinners. Jessica heard all of it. And she believed it. Robert leaned back. This is insane. You're throwing away 8 years because your feelings are hurt. I'm ending a marriage because my wife doesn't respect me. And I'm not going to spend decades trying to earn it back from someone who's already decided I'm not worth it. Patricia's voice cracked. We can fix this. We can talk to Jessica. We can make her understand that you're a good man. I don't need you to convince her I'm a good man. I already know that. What I needed was a wife who knew that. And she doesn't. So we're done. Robert tried a different angle. You're being selfish. Jessica loves you. If she loves me, she has a weird way of showing it. Love isn't just a feeling. It's respecting the other person. Choosing them. Jessica stopped doing that a long time ago. Patricia started crying. Please don't do this to our family. I stood up. I'm not doing anything to your family. Jessica did this. She made a choice to listen to your criticism instead of standing by her husband. That's on her. Robert got angry. You know what? You're not good enough for her anyway. Maybe this is for the best. I actually smiled at that. Then we agree. I'm glad we could find common ground. I left. The persistence. They didn't give up easily. Jessica's sister called me at work. Mom's devastated. Can't you just come talk to them? I didn't respond. Patricia showed up at my apartment one evening. Knocked on the door. I didn't open it. She left a voicemail. Please just come home. We were wrong about you. You're a good man. I deleted it. 6 weeks after I moved out, Jessica tried one more time. She texted me. I told my parents they were wrong about you. They want to apologize. I replied, that's nice. But it doesn't change anything. It does. I do. We do. You decided we didn't. That was your choice. She didn't respond after that. Now, the divorce was finalized 2 months after I moved out. Clean and simple. I'm settled in my apartment now. Work is good. I got a promotion actually. My boss said he'd been wanting to give it to me, but wasn't sure about my headspace. Apparently, my personal situation was resolved now, so they felt comfortable moving forward. I'm dating someone casually. Nothing serious. She's nice. We laugh a lot. There's no drama. It's easy in a way my marriage never was. I ran into Jessica at a grocery store about 6 months post-divorce. She looked tired, worn out. She approached me. Hi, she said. Hey, I said back. How are you? I'm good. You? I'm okay. My parents have been helping me figure things out. That's good. Awkward silence. I'm sorry, she said. For what I said. For not standing up to my parents. I know. Does that change anything? I looked at her for a moment. Really looked at her. The woman I'd married. The woman I'd tried so hard to be good enough for. No, I said. An apology doesn't undo the years of disrespect. It doesn't undo the moment you decided I wasn't worth fighting for. You had a choice, and you chose your parents' opinion over your marriage. That's a choice you have to live with. Michael, I hope you figure things out. But it's not going to be with me. I grabbed my groceries and left. The truth. People ask me if I regret how I handled it. If I should have tried harder. If I was too quick to give up. But here's the thing. I didn't give up. Jessica gave up. I just accepted it and acted accordingly. When someone tells you they don't respect you, you have 2 choices. You can spend years trying to prove them wrong. Or you can believe them. I believed her. And the moment I did, everything became simple. The divorce was simple. The division of assets was simple. Moving on was simple. Because I wasn't fighting for something that was already gone. I was just acknowledging what was already true and moving forward. Jessica's family wanted me to fight for her. To prove I was worth it. To jump through hoops and win her back. But I wasn't going to do that. Because the moment someone decides you're not worth fighting for, the only thing left is to accept it and walk away. That's what I did, and I've never been happier. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.